There comes a time in your life when peace becomes your most valuable asset. For me, it started to happen around the time I reached the age of 70. I began to realize how important it was to maintain a peaceful atmosphere in my home and in my heart. Being at peace has become more important than being busy all the time. It has become more important than having people around all the time. It has become the refuge that gives me purpose, the thing I realized I wanted and needed to maintain. I learned that I didn't get my thrills out of going out with friends or traveling or doing any of the things that I used to love to do. But now, doing those things have become more difficult. And I find that I just want to be at home in the peaceful atmosphere that I've managed to build for myself. So perhaps you've found that less noise and less commotion is what feeds your soul in this stage of life. Maybe you find yourself enjoying things you never allowed yourself the time to do, the things that now you find great pleasure in doing. Maybe it's cooking your own meals and trying new recipes that you just never took interest or time to try in the past. Maybe it's sitting on the front porch with a cup of coffee in the morning and watching the sunrise, or if you're like me, watching it set in the evening. Maybe it's reading some of those good books you've had stored on your bookshelf forever, but never allowed yourself the time or peaceful atmosphere it took to just sit and read them. If those are the things that you find yourself thinking about doing, or maybe you have already begun to slow down and settle into a calm, peaceful home life, let's talk about ways to find that place of peace and how to make sure to keep it going. I'm going to share with you 4 things that you can do right now to make sure that you have plenty of time to maintain that peaceful atmosphere your soul longs for. Number 1, be honest with yourself and your friends and family. It's not a shameful thing to just admit to yourself and others that this season of life has changed for you. Things are more difficult now, and you just really have come to treasure the routine and the peaceful atmosphere that you find at home. You have learned to appreciate your own rhythm and the schedule that your body has set for you. Let them know that you want the freedom to sleep when you want to, eat when you feel hungry, or just sit for an hour with a cup of coffee when you first wake up without rushing about doing things that you used to think were necessary to start your day. Well, those things just are not necessary anymore, and you find more peace in just sitting still with your own thoughts at the beginning of your day. Whatever it is that you're finding peace in doing, just be honest with yourself and others about it. I used to love to go and visit my son and his wife, spend a week or 2 in their guest room just for a change of pace, a change of atmosphere. And I believe they enjoyed having me there too. But recently, I have come to the place where it's just too hard for me to adjust to their lifestyle, to live by their schedule, and sleep on a bed that isn't my own. At home, I know exactly where everything is, how everything works, and my own schedule just works best for me. Well, the next time they invited me to spend some time with them, I had to explain that I really preferred to spend my time at home, that it's become much harder for me to change my routine, my sleep patterns, and my eating schedule in order to visit with them for a while. I was amazed at how understanding they were. And now they come to visit me 2 or 3 times a month. Sometimes we go out for dinner on my schedule, and sometimes my grown grandchildren come, and we all appreciate the family time we have together. I love my family, and I love to spend time with them, but they understand that it's better for me to be at my own home, and they honor that choice. Number 2, refuse to become involved in conflict. I learned a long time ago that it takes 2 people for an argument or a disagreement to exist. So the best thing to do if you want to maintain peace in your soul is just to avoid participating in conflict. You don't have to be right all the time, and you don't have to voice your opinion about everything. You can still hold on to your values, and you can still know the truth, but when somebody wants to argue about it, hold your peace. There's great strength in silence. Everybody knows that one person who just wants to disagree with everything you say. I have a relative like that. No matter what I say, that person will always make it sound like I'm wrong, even if I say something that I have personally experienced. Well, It isn't necessary that everyone in my life think like I think, or even to believe everything I say. I know what I experience, and I know what I believe and what my values are, so they are free to disagree if they want to. The best thing for me to do is just to keep my mouth shut and refuse to participate in an argument over trivial things. That keeps my heart at peace, and it allows others to think whatever they want. The truth is, my peace does not depend on what others think, or even what they say. I am free to be honest with myself. But just for my own well-being, I can also limit the time I spend with that person. Number 3, be true to your personal boundaries. If you have never set good, strong boundaries for yourself, you need to do that now. Even as you get older, there are people who will take advantage of your kind heart, and some will use you to do things that you are not comfortable with doing. Some people will want money, others may want favors from you. And it's best to know now what you will allow into your life, so that when the requests come, you will have no problem standing firmly on what you will allow to happen. Boundaries are for your protection, to make sure that you live in peace in your own heart and life. I've had plenty of people in my life who felt like I owed them something, whether it was money or a favor. Don't get me wrong, I love helping people, and I spent most of my adult life supporting many others through different types of Christian ministry. But the one thing I will not allow to happen is for someone to either take advantage of my kindness or to come to the place where they depend on me for their livelihood. I've helped people to reach a position where they can help themselves with finances for education or to help them pass a difficult time. And I've helped people to reach goals that they have set for their own lives. But I don't want anyone to ever depend on me to finance their lives or to stroke their egos or to do things for them that I don't feel comfortable in my own heart about. That's where boundaries are very important to me. And the boundaries that I've set in my life are vital in maintaining the peace that has become so important to me in this stage of life. And setting good, strong boundaries will help you to maintain peace in your life also. And I will share one last tip to maintain your peace in this stage of your life. Number 4, stop doing, eating, and listening to things you don't like. I guess it's true that we get pickier as we age, and I'm amazed that there are so many things that I used to like, even enjoy, that now I just don't. There are foods that I used to love, now they are disgusting. There are places I used to enjoy, and now just to think of going there upsets my mind. And there are people that I used to tolerate, maybe even enjoy, that now I cringe just to think of being around them. Friends, I've come to a place in my life that I just don't feel like I have to do stuff that I don't like anymore. And neither do you. A while back, I realized that I don't like broccoli. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. I just don't like it. I don't care how healthy everybody says it is. I don't care how crunchy it is. I realized that I just do not want to eat it anymore. Maybe that's not a thing for you, but for me, it became something I wanted to stand firm on. So guess what? I don't eat broccoli anymore. I also realized that there are some restaurants I don't want to go to, some activities I don't want to participate in, some movies I don't want to watch. And all that is okay for me. I can just say no and avoid it. And friends, you can do that too. People won't be hurt if you don't like doing stuff. Let me tell you, all my life, I dreamed of going on a romantic cruise, but I never had the opportunity to do it. Now that I'm over 70, my son and daughter-in-law invited the whole family to go on a cruise to celebrate their anniversary. Well, I would have loved it a few years ago, but now I don't have the strength or the stamina to actually enjoy that type of activity. I can't walk like I used to. I don't have the ability to deal with the stress that I used to, and I am limited as to how much activity I can handle, and so I regretfully declined their invitation. They understood. So they went on their cruise with their son and daughter-in-law, while my granddaughter and I are dog-sitting the granddogs. It all worked out great for everybody, and I let them know how very proud I am of the years they have spent in their marriage together. It's been a great milestone for them, and they are both so special to my life. The bottom line is that your life has gone through many stages, and this stage that you're in right now is very real, and you deserve to live in the peace that your heart longs for. So I hope you will find value in these 4 tips that I've shared that will help you to maintain your peace and live the rest of your life on your own terms. If you have enjoyed any part of this video, please share it with your friends who need to protect their own peace too. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.